Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the session of collaborative learning experience and initiative of our alumni group of TTOT. And I see we have completed our cricket team. 11 players are already there. We are waiting for some more. So at least we can have two teams. Right now, only one team is there. So we can maybe we can play basketball or volleyball. We can't play cricket right now, or we have football or hockey. So I'll just share my screen to show you what is this session all about. Here we go. So welcome everyone to the collaborative learning initiative of TTOT. An evening with Aditya, and the topic of discussion is, have you ever felt isolated? So I am sure all of us here would know what is isolation, and all of us must have gone through this feeling sometime or other in our life, in various stages of our life. So I'm looking forward to each one of you sharing your experiences with us, uh, how, when, where you felt this feeling of isolation, and how did you overcome it. That is more important, especially in the present environment with COVID going on for since January this year, and we were under lockdown for almost now 8 months. And initially it was 21 days, then again increased for 21 days, and so where people thought 21 days के बाद में खत्म हो जाएगा, फिर free हो जाएगा. But now what is happening is the cases are increasing day by day. We have not only in our country but around the world, in Europe and UK, people are again going into full lockdown, second and third. Even some reports say in India also we have already entered the third stage of COVID, and everybody is now looking for a vaccine, COVID vaccine. Hopefully that the COVID vaccine will come by March, and then things would be better. But that hopefully, and that vaccine, whether it will come or not, is a question. Thereafter, who will get that vaccine first? That is again a very $1 million question right now. Like you must all have heard that in UK they started administering the Pfizer vaccine to people, to the elderly who were prone to getting COVID, and some of them have also had a reaction to this vaccine, and so they stopped, or they were not very sure whether to give it to everyone or not. And I think today or yesterday we were hearing in the news that US also is planning to start the vaccine. They've already started dispatching in big numbers to people. In our country, in India, we are still in the trial mode. There are 2-3 players who are trying to get into this field. So we really don't know when they will start. So that is as far as the COVID is concerned. However, because of this, people are facing a lot of mental health issues, especially related to that what you call COVID fatigue. They have been tired of sitting at home. Some people, everybody is almost working from home for the last almost 8 months, and people are really waiting to get out of the houses. Even though unlockdowns had started, and now I think we are in the 5th or 6th stage of unlockdown. If you go out of your house, you will find life going absolutely as normal as if nothing has happened. Only difference will be that uh, you'll find people wearing masks, but social distancing is a big question mark. Taking care of is totally in your hand now. Government has said we have given issued the rules and regulations. Now we have given you guidelines. It is up to the individual to follow and keep yourself safe. So as long as you are inside your home, you're happy, you're safe. But the moment you go out, even in spite of taking all precautions, wearing a mask, wearing gloves, taking your sanitizer, you really don't know the other person with whom you are going to come into contact, whether they have taken the same things or not. People have already started conducting weddings and other celebrations, birthday celebrations. People have started going on holidays. And Halima ma'am would confirm that in schools, parents have already started their vacations, winter vacation. They are asking the teachers ki how many days vacation will we get? Will you allow people to go or not? Or so now it is like ठीक है, the general feeling outside you get is कि होगा तो हो जाएगा, we'll get ourselves quarantine and we'll get okay. But only those people who have actually got COVID or who have suffered this, or who have suffered losses in their families because of COVID, really know what is the problem. So now that was at the background. Now I will request the August gathering here to share their thoughts, because isolation is also different kind. Isolation could be physical isolation, it could be mental isolation. Even if you are surrounded with your friends and family, still you may feel isolated. There must have been times in your life where you must have gone through these kinds of feelings. So may I request Dr. Halima, if she can share her experiences with us on has she ever undergone this feeling of being feeling isolated, and if yes, how did she overcome that? Yes, Dr. Halima,
Yes,
over to
yes.
you.
Good evening, everyone. And as I'm a person of a crowd, and I'm a person who enjoys the company of other people. For me, it was really a very tough time to sit at home and do the task from home. And sometimes, I used to feel that like where to run away. And unnecessary talking to the friends and talking to the relatives is not the solution, because you don't have the equal mental level. If they are talking about the dresses and jewelries and those type of stuff, we don't have any interest in that. Or saas bahu ki kahani, we don't have interest in that. So we cannot spend time with them much. A little bit we can spend with them. So really it was a tough time for me as well. Then I thought that let me join some groups. And then I started looking for that. First I started conducting the programs myself so that I can be engaged in that. And then also I feel that they're only, if I'm conducting for the teachers, so they all are very junior teachers, fresher teachers, they only come forward to join. And if I'm conducting for the children, so they are very young age children. So I am there as a mentor, but I am not able to express my feelings freely with them, because you need your age group people, like where you can freely mix up with them. You can be yourself. Don't have to pretend that I am the mentor, so I have to maintain the discipline, and then I have to in front of them I have to have an aura. So then I found this group, and along with this group, one or two more groups. Then I find the solution for myself, that this is the solution. At least virtually we are exchanging the ideas, virtually we are talking to each other. And this, especially this group, is quite frank group. So here we can express our feelings, and we can very freely exchange the ideas. So this
Thank you,
was
Dr.
my...
Halima. Thank you very much for sharing your experiences with us. Now I'll request Vijay sir. Being in the Navy, sir, you must have undergone this feeling and in a different kind of isolation, I would say, because which the present generation may not be aware of also. So may I request you to share your experiences? Have you ever gone through this kind of feeling, and how did you find a solution to overcome that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, Vijay, sir.
No, I was isolated, but I never felt the isolation, because isolation is a state of mind. Even when you are alone, you need not necessarily feel lonely. But away from the family has its own problems. 1989 to 90, I had the good fortune of being part of the 10th scientific expedition to Antarctica.
Wow.
It is to take off. I mean, the ship used to start off from Goa, and then when it comes back, it is say month of December to March. So 4 months away from the family. And those days, the telephone connection using a satellite phone was only for 9 minutes for the 4 months duration. Government of India was so stingy that total 9 months, 9 minutes of talk time in the 4 months available. And then, of course, people did not have their own phones. I was a lieutenant commander, so I was not entitled to a phone according to the Navy protocols. And BSL, in any case, I wouldn't have got a phone by myself. So to get the phone, I have to request some other person, some friend of mine, and you have to have a pre-assigned arrangement that so and so date my wife will go to somebody's house, be there when the phone call comes. And there is always a delay. When you say hello, it takes about a few seconds for the hello to reach there. And by the time it has to come back, you're impatient, you say another hello. So 30 seconds used to go in only saying hello, hello. And then if you don't cut the phone in 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, you don't have the quota for the next month. So 2 small children, wife away, and you are alone in the ship there, and without any method of communicating properly. And even if something happens to the family or to you, there's no way you can go back. Once you are there, you are for 4 months, you are there. So that was one place where I felt that I am totally cut off from the rest of the world. I'm only within that ship, confines of the ship, with no method of going back. But this is such a small difficulty compared to we go from here, leave a team of 24 people. Some 16 of them is the army people, army officer and army soldiers from E&M, electrical and mechanical people, because they are the ones who will maintain the base camp there, Maitri, for the next entire 12 months. They remain there for total 16 months, including going this year and coming back next year, next to next year. And in that isolation, especially 4 months of dark night, they go off balance. And we have to bring them back in that trip, the previous team, and very difficult to talk to them, because what time they will go conky and shout upon you for no rhyme or reason, because 4 months of no sun and isolation. So that was the type of things can happen to people. So we did not find that much difficult except for the family being away, but I could see the effect of isolation on other people, because 24 people alone for 14 months. And then COVID repeated the similar thing here. You are confined to your drawing room you only make a walking from drawing room to bedroom and back. That way, in the COVID season, I did not feel much, because I am in a village where population is less and I got a huge compound to roam around. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Vijay, sir. Now, it was really quite a revealing experience, especially for others, because here we are staying with our families, we are staying with our friends. In spite of that, we are feeling isolated, we are feeling lonely, and we are not able to find time for ourselves. Now, may I request Nirmala ma'am, can you share your experiences?
Yeah, hi. So I was in US during the pandemic, and I was in a very lucky place because my grandchild was born and I was playing with him all the time. So I didn't feel the isolation. My kids were there. I was the entire day cooking and doing. And one thing about me is even I'm like Dr. Halima, a very people's person. I always want people around me. And I don't wait for any, company. I just call up people and I say hi to them. And Vijay sir said, even I had a problem when I was, my brother had gone abroad. And at that time, my mom and dad were with me. And my mom had both of them were sick. My dad had Parkinson and my mom had cancer. So that is the time when I really felt, alone, because I would always be. Uh, my mom had this in BRC, so one day I would leave her to the hospital. The next day I would bring dad back, and it was like a round to the hospital. So in spite of having them, I was isolated. Like I always felt the need for someone in the house, yeah, to help me out. So that is.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now let us have different perspective from Dr. Ram. Dr. Ram, may I request you to share your experience if ever you have gone through this kind of a feeling of isolation in your life?
Of course, I had many times like this because when we were engaging our work and research, sometimes I could not able to be with the community, be with leading normal life because it is also intruding in my mind. I have to finish off my experiment and get the particular result to showcase for the case of progressing my research. It is making me enable me to do all these kind of things to get ridden from the normal way of life. And when sometime I used to get isolated because of the mood, maybe it is not coping up well with the normal kind, so I need some kind of isolation. It is making me to reform as well as rejuvenate me. I can able to make myself steady well and keep it normal and come back. So human being always, they are also having this kind of tendencies. Sometimes they need, but how much the isolation is making to progress well or rejuvenate well or repairing well, rather than you are getting isolated and lost. That is the more important one. So we need to know our way of that kind of uh, capacity where we have to stop it. To completely become isolated, abnormal, then it will lead to make some kind of critical things. But last time when I was isolated from my family because of my profession, I was staying alone in Taiwan. I was having nearly 1.5 year to life like that. That time I realized because I missed my daughter in a young age, as other people also shared, because family thing, when you are having the a new child and other way you want to be with them, but because of the conditional basis you isolated, so we couldn't able to make ourselves getting normal. But keep in touch by calling or making some kind of communication and other way, that is really making the life goes normal and lead normal. So we must admire our values. We need to know how to make ourselves better from the way of leading the life when it is getting objectively. Now, pandemic situation also, many people, they could not, myself also, every year we used to go and see our parents, friends, but now we are isolated.
Thank you,
There is no-
Dr. Ram.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank
So now I'll request Abhaji. Abhaji is very amazing, active Abha in the social platform. She's very busy. She's she's everywhere, whether it is YouTube or Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook. And so Abhaji, in spite of being leading such a hectic life, have you ever gone through this kind of a feeling of isolation or loneliness ever?
always.
Oh, so we would.
I'm a people's person, but I was since my childhood I was always scared of being alone.
Oh,
But God has always given me loneliness, and so even fighting against the challenges of life, I have fought throughout the way till now all alone. Yes, God has been merciful on me by adding friends like you all in my life. उनको थोड़ी सी दया आ गई कि भाई चलो आभा अब तो बहुत थक गई होगी लड़ लड़ के, अब थोड़ी सी दया आ गई. I always say God, Amitabh Bachchan का famous dialogue whenever he gives me a challenge. आज खुश तो बहुत हो गए तुम, हाय. And then I accept the challenge and I make him खुश कि अब खुश हो ही जाओ आप कि मैं आपकी challenges accept कर रही हूँ. And so this is how I have found many ways to keep my isolation away from me, and now I have adopted that thing. I am never sad of that isolation. मैं जहाँ हूँ मैं कभी भी अकेले नहीं होती हूँ. I always have so many things to do that I never feel isolation now.
and Amitabh Bachchan is always there with you.
Yes, always. The whole Bollywood is inside me. I am a lot much inspired by a Bollywood, different characters and different dialogues.
I
and
think most
different songs.
importantly, she has got God on her side right now.
Absolutely, that is there. The God is within.
भगवान को पकड़ के ले आइए कि तुम कहाँ जाओगे, आ जाओ मेरे साथ.
I have, somewhere I have read or somewhere I have heard, मुझे याद नहीं है अच्छे से, when you are facing a lot of troubles in your life, when you are all alone in your life, है ना, हम भगवान के सामने रोते हैं, we crib and we complain. Instead of doing that, भगवान के सामने बैठ जाओ और बोल दो भैया मैंने अपने आप को आपको समर्पित कर दिया है, अब
अब
मेरी
आपकी
जिम्मेदारी
बारी.
आपकी है. Now you have to see that whether your child is happy or sad. Now it's your responsibility. So he has to make us happy, na? Because he doesn't want
Yes,
to take
ma'am.
any blame.
Very nice. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Abhaji. Thank you very much. And now may I request Jitendra, one of the youngest in our group, his take on this feeling of isolation. Has he gone through this, and how has he overcome, if he has?
Yeah, I've gone through a good one. So COVID was the second one. So it was I'm a social guy for people who I'm into Rotary, and through Rotary I have known every nook and corner of Delhi. I used to love the Pulse Polio Drive. I used to go and see all the slums and all this, carrying that. So in 2016, when I worked for TCS, Tata Consultant. So one very difficult project was there in Johannesburg. Three people, the client was very, very difficult. So three people ran away from there. One lady within 15 days, she ran away, she couldn't manage. Due to my experience in corporate and in social life, TCS shortlisted me and they said, you can go and manage. So it was I was away from my family. My wife was in Delhi, she's a psychiatrist in RML. So it was a tough time. Client was very difficult. TCS management was giving pressure to me, saying that you need to manage and all. And the client so I had to apply the 3 idiots one. On top, your 3 idiots, you had to give example, everything. They said that you are experts in IT. Everything should work. You should know everything. It was a tough time for me, and loneliness was other stuff. So after that, slowly, I tried to tell them that your network is fine, but this is not fine. This is not fine. They did not believe. Finally, there was a complete outage for them due to their infrastructure problem, and they believed me finally. And the CIO of the company came up to me and said, why didn't you tell me earlier there is a problem? Man, my BRM business relationship manager said from TCS that how can he pass the directors and come to you? After that, the entire team was changed. And finally, I ended up 3 years. I had to come back. I still have a valid visa due to family commitment. I had to come back. So the CIO, his wife, and all the directors and family, we had a big party. So that relationship, earlier I used to see a lot of. So loneliness, there was challenges I had. One to had a loneliness and other the client challenges. And every day I used to think that I should book my ticket and run away like others. But I managed and finally win. And that helped me to give a lot of confidence. And in this COVID area, working at home, and you are not allowed to go out, because in our Rajendra Nagar in Delhi, in the gullies also, cops used to come once upon a time. That was for 15 days. If you are moving out without any reason, they used to fine you. So it was a tough time, but tough time gives you a lot of learning, and you makes you strong. And I agree with Vijay sir that loneliness is a state of mind. In Johannesburg, I did not.
That is very important, sir.
But here I got that experience, helped me to come out of that. And now I can, like he said, Antarctica, I can live in Antarctica alone, provided I have a laptop and an internet connection. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you, Jitendra. Now may I request our latest COVID warrior, Dr. Shalu, who has actually gone through the experience, to share how she fought off this challenge. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Shalu, we can't hear you.
Let's go to somebody else before she fixes
Okay. Archana ji, can you take over, share your experiences?
Thank you, Mr. Singhal. A very good evening, TTOT family. Lovely seeing all of you back on this stage and listening to these stories. Talking about isolation, I have been an introvert. It looks very surprising, but I am an introvert. Always have been an introvert, but I'm a changed person when I am on stage or on the other side of the table as a teacher. I myself am surprised as to, was it me? So it happens. But then, yes, coming to stories of isolation, I've never felt isolated because I am a book lover and books are my best friends. Anytime I feel lonely, I turn to the books and I just enter into that world. So that gives me a very, it gives a feeling of being one with the characters. Sometimes I just live into that world. But talking about isolation, I have seen people and I have helped people overcome isolation. I remembered the story of my maternal uncle when Vijay Kumar sir was talking about the Antarctica expedition. And my maternal uncle was one of the part of those people who was there for 2 full years, 4 months day, 4 months night. And when he came back, he was a completely changed person. So it was like, oh my God, is this the same lively mama that we knew? So he was a completely changed man. That was one thing. Another experience was with my colleague. Her name is Amrapali Acharya. She is Major Padampani Acharya's sister. So the news of his tragic death came when we were all in office, and they called her out and they told her she just swooned and fell. After that, for 6 to 7 months, she regularly used to have these episodes of trauma, wherein she used to be sitting in the office and suddenly she is off. And she used to say, I want Archana with me. So I was there with her throughout, and I just used to sit and listen to what she has to say. She used to say, I just don't understand. My mom is mad. My dad was in army. Both of my brothers were in army. My elder brother got killed in army. And now his wife, who was all of 3 months pregnant when Major Padampani Acharya was martyred, she vowed that her child would be in the army. And that is a girl, and she actually is in the army. So I really feel proud. So Amy always used to call Amrapali as Amy. She used to say, mad, these people are mad. In spite of having so many tragedies and so much of isolation throughout, still they say the same thing. But today, now I see she's a changed person. It was shock, sorrow in that minute that actually moved her into that. but I was there with her. I've seen her, and she even pings me today saying, Archana, it was your support that helped me move out of it. So I do understand how isolation can impact people. Personally, in my life, I have undergone a terrible tragedy, which moves me to tears even to think of it. But again, solace, my books, and I've turned a workaholic. That is what I have transformed into because of isolation. And that has actually proved to be beneficial for my profession. But as a person, I don't experience isolation, honestly.
Thank you, ma'am. You're very correct, ma'am. Actually, this feeling of isolation or loneliness more in the mind than anywhere. And each one of us has our own different way of combating this kind of a feeling. So now let us hear another perspective from the...
No. Am I audible? Am I audible now? I'm coming in.
Yeah. Okay, Shalu. Yes.
Please, I'm really sorry for my audio.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't connect and I thought I'm connected.
Oh.
So I'm really sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, as Aditya sir already told that I'm a warrior right now, as a COVID warrior. So it's not about that we should laugh on these things, but let me share. Earlier, my husband got positive. He's a doctor by profession. So I do remember for 2 days, I keep on we isolate him in the ground floor, like he was living there. Thank God my parents were not here, my in-laws. So that was like another edge. We got the whole house with us only. So we isolate him earlier. And then I want to share I put alarm in my bedroom. I do remember I put alarm for 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I'm going downstairs to check him. Like everything is okay. I'm sharing with you, like 2-3 days were very horrible. So I keep on going every time he's okay. Like all the symptoms that we heard from here and there, from doctors on phone, on TV. So that was horrible. And then after 2 days, I got the same things because earlier we were not knowing that COVID is going on. So the same things happen with me. So, but we cover up within 5-6 days, but still consequences are still there in our body. So we are facing in the kind of isolation. Let me share with all of you that being teacher from profession, I was never free even in this COVID time. I keep on taking my online classes with my students. I never asked them to give me free time. I took it by myself that I will take my classes. So that it will make me busy. As such, if I talk about my husband, even he was doing his job from home only. So we were doing so in this way, we keep this psychologically even away this COVID kind of thing from us, and by doing even work. So I think I didn't face that much COVID isolation, nothing. So, and most of the time I was with Aditya sir, talking all the time management techniques, and other buddies are also there. I can see Anil sir, he's there. Hello, Anil sir. So all the time we were busy. Dr. Halima was there. She was making me engage with so many things. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shali. I would also add one more thing here, sir. While she was fighting her battle with COVID, she was also helping me in getting our team on the toes to prepare their task for the TMP. And so she was like a mentor and a guide, and also a what do you call, accountability partner for the team. So that also kept her busy, I think, in addition to her other things. Thank you, Dr. Shalu. Thank you very much. Now, may I request Dr. Colonel Daljit sir to share his views, another different kind of viewpoint as to what we feel about isolation in our life. Yes, Daljit sir.
Okay, good evening, everyone. You see, isolation.
Good evening, sir. Nice to see you.
Same here, same here. Nice seeing everyone. Isolation in the COVID times per se, I did not have any problem because I was staying with my better half. What better thing to stay with your better half during the isolation? Yes, I felt isolation during my life. I had barely got commissioned into the army in July 1983, when I was posted to a very, very secluded post. I was, my first posting was in Harsil sector. It is ahead of Uttarkashi in Indo-Tibet border. And I was sent to a company post known as Pulam Sunda, which is at about 13,500 feet. Now, I was a civil boy. I had never seen army life. And I was told, you are their boss. There was a company there, maybe about 60, 70 people. And I was told, you are their boss. The boss means you can't mingle around, you know. And especially so in the evening hours, after about 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, it was snow all around. After about 5, 6 o'clock, when you retired in your room, you had nothing to do. There was no TV that time. There was maybe a transistor one could carry. And there was no electricity. You had Petromax lamps. And that was the sense of isolation. Now, the tenure there was 3 months. So in those 3 months, I felt so isolated. What to do? And those days you used to get 25 pegs of rum free from the government in a month. So in the evening you hit a bottle. So then after about 15, 20 days, I started venturing out into the company. I sat with the boys, learned about their life, names their name, about their attitude, behavior, and how do they do the profession. Later on, when I came back, I had done my VIOs and everything, and I came back to the unit. VIO course is young officers course. Then I was told that it is with a purpose that we send the young officers to such a post so that they mingle around with the boys and they get to know the boys like their mothers do. But the sense of isolation I did felt, and thereafter I overcame it. It was a very, very good experience.
Thank you, Daljit sir. Thank you very much. So this was a different kind of a perspective on how you feel isolated and how you overcome in a different manner. Now may I request Snehalata ji to share her experiences if she has undergone this kind of a feeling ever in her life. Snehalata ji, can you hear me? Can you come on the video? Okay, then we'll wait for her to come on the video. In the meanwhile, may I request Ruth, are you ready to share your experiences if you have ever undergone a feeling of isolation in your life? Please switch on your mic. You're mute.
Many times. There was a time when I had to stay with my aunt and my parents that shifted to my brother's house. And I was feeling that life is different. What is this life? I did not know. I was just feel like running away from home, like means going, mixing about. And I used to take walks. Then slowly, I made a habit of making friends outside my friend circle in the neighborhood. And I made some friends and I said, let's go for a walk. And that is the time I overcame it. And the greatest lesson I learned is that when there are good friends, we have good friends, but at times the neighbors and those who have not mixed up in the society, or those we always associate with our career-minded people, or our those who are working with us. But these people who I mixed, they learned a lot from us. That brought me to that level, like not to think about.
I think Ruth is facing some connection problem. Not to worry, we'll move on ahead. Now we'll have another different perspective from a person who's gone through the right from the lowest level to the top. May I request General Malik to share his experiences if he has undergone this kind of feeling, and how did he overcome these?
Thank you, Aditya. I really, first of all, to start with, 33% of us present here are all from the services. And so each one of us have been through those varied experiences, and particularly like Daljit and Brigadier Basin, who have spent time in isolated posts more than we have. So that experience of isolation is something which Daljit is very appropriate today. But I want to bring out two aspects of my feeling. One, that I love parties, I enjoy myself, great fun-loving person, look for the outdoors always, even spend time outdoors wherever I can. So I really haven't, for quite some time, I didn't understand this word called isolation. I found it a very strange thing when somebody would say that I'm feeling isolated. Of course, we did see our soldiers. Yes, that's why I said I will not talk about that. But, and particularly even now when this so-called lockdown took place, and, I used to always wonder as to, abhi kya? I thought I was enjoying myself much more. And I also felt that I was getting more time with the family, right? And that family time, which one had missed so much in life, as Vijayji also brought out, it is something which was missing in life. But that feeling of isolation still hasn't hit me so far. But I want to talk about one particular facet of isolation, and that is the isolation faced by Army, Navy, and Air Force wives. It's a different feel altogether. Every time your husbands are away, whether it be for maneuvers or they are deployed in operational areas, it's very difficult to get into their mind and understand the feeling that they have. Every morning is a challenge for her. What do I do with the child's school? My husband's not available on the phone 90% of the time. With present technology, yes, to some extent, but even now there are areas where people can't be reached, right? In the good old days, she could send a letter. An inland letter would travel maybe 7 days away, and 7 days before you got a reply. But try and visualize her mindset. So I did a lot of research, individual research, consulted my colleagues as to how do they overcome this feeling of, and I was not using the term isolation. It was, I think, when the whole day she'd probably be busy with the children, tending to them, or the parents who would be staying with them. But what happens to her in the middle of the night when everything is quiet and you are lying in bed? That feeling of isolation is something I don't think it is possible for anybody to get into their minds and imagine. There's a lot one can speak on this. I did give a talk somewhere on this particular aspect, but for now it's just, I want each one of us to try and put yourself in that person's mind feeling, and also not very sure whether husband's coming back at all. Okay, so it's a different feeling altogether, and I think now I would call it's not only isolation, it's a feeling of fear and loneliness combined together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your views. And yes, what kind of feeling with the army wife goes through when the husband is away, and that is very difficult to explain, and they find their own ways to overcome their loneliness, and they have the entire, half the time, in fact, all of us in the army, our kids are brought up by our wives. We are, most of the time, we are never there with them whenever we are needed. We are either late, or we are totally dependent, or we are only passing instructions through remote control. So now I'll get another perspective from Romita ji. Romita ji, can you share your experiences on this? Have you gone through this kind of a feeling, and how have you overcome these? Yes, Romita.
I have gone through it in many ways, and I would just like to say that, like Archana ma'am, my best friends have always been books, and I remember I'll just share one experience. When I was traveling to Bombay alone from Pune, I'm still staying in Pune, so I was going for my PhD program, and I was supposed to go and meet my professor and come back within about I think 1 hour or 1.5 hours was supposed to be the meeting, and travel and back. And I was traveling alone in the car, and I was carrying my purse, I was carrying my files, everything that was required, my notebook and everything, and then that was in my purse itself, small purse. But then I carried 3-4 books, separately, and I kept them beside me. So my husband always, whenever I was traveling alone, to Bombay, he used to come to drop me till the car, and we used to say bye bye as if we'll never come back because of the, how the expressways and all that. So then he looked at me and he used to call me Ool. So he said, Ool, what are you going to do with the books? You're not going to have any time, and you've already got your appointment fixed, and you're going to be driving the car back also. There's no driver, so you're carrying 3 books, so why are you carrying your books along? So then that was the time I told him, I said, look, life has been pretty tough, and I've not yet expressed what had happened before I met Suresh, and my entire life, whatever. And I told him, I said, whatever be the periods of my life, I have never been alone. I've never felt isolation. I've always had my books. So these are my best friends. So I need to carry them along. I'm going in the car. He said, you can switch on the music and all that. I said, I'm not used to music because, as somebody said, that during our days, I'm also quite old. So, there was no TV, and being in a small town in Allahabad, TV came to us in 83, August 15th, not even 82, that Apu thing that happened, right? That Asian Games. So we didn't have TV. We had those things where you had to go up and, change the whole thing. So, and there were 2 radios. I remember there was one big radio in Baba's room, that is my grandfather's room. And there was one radio which my Nana gifted to my mom, which was in the kitchen. And she used to carry it to her room whenever she wanted it. So the radio ka bhi kabza tha. So being the youngest member of the family, I never had access to radio or TV ever. अब बहुत ज़्यादा TV हो रहा है and बहुत ज़्यादा, and I'm not used to listening to radio. So if I didn't have the books, if I didn't have access to books, I had 2-3 more people, around in my life, and one of them was me, the other one was myself, and the third one was I. So वो एक गाना है ना रेखा जी का, Amitabh Bachchan ji ka, Archana ji, we've got 2 things in common, Amitabh Bachchan and reading. And Abha ji, Amitabh Bachchan, sorry, Abha ji. So वो है ना कि मैं और मेरी तन्हाई अक्सर ये बातें करते हैं, तुम होती तो ऐसा होता, तुम होती तो वैसा होता, तुम इस कदर हंसती, तुम इस कदर मुस्कुराती, तुम होती तो ऐसा होता, तुम होती तो वैसा होता, मैं और मेरी तन्हाई अक्सर ये बातें करते हैं. So when I did not have my books, the second friend who was very important, second set of friends, was my own imagination. I am a big time dreamer, thinking big, dreaming big. बस सोचो, जो सोचो, जिससे बात करना है सोचो. Yes, it has really hit me very badly when Suresh passed away, and suddenly that vacuum was just too much for me to bear. That is the first time I've been through isolation uske pehle bahut baar. I've been through silence programs also, through Art of Living, and completely, even after being surrounded by people, I was always but yes, the way I have coped up with it is online sessions, online programs, but mostly going back to my dreams, going back to my thoughts, My husband has come back as a guardian angel to me, and I still talk to him. I still chat with him, and I'm very happy alone. Yeah, I mean, I just feel that solitude is something which you can experience and wish to experience, whether you're surrounded by people or not. And personally, forgive me for the fact that I have absolutely, I'm a little insensitive to when people say that we are very scared that our husbands are like, hey, forget it, yaar. I have been through 2 marriages, and both the times, all the women, I'm pregnant, my husband is not with me, he's in the. अरे यार जिंदा तो है तो तुमको घर से निकाल के बाहर तो नहीं फेंक दिया. You're not living your pregnancy alone. I went through my pregnancy all alone. I have one child. Yeah, so बहुत कुछ हो गया, but my way of coping up with it is books, number one, and if the books are also not available, I'm there for myself, and I never get bored in my company. Imagine if I'm bored in my company, how boring I am for the others.
Absolutely.
So
thank you very much.
so I am very happy, and I'm never alone. I've got so many facets to Romita,
Thank you.
Yes, sir. May I ask something from ma'am, Romita ma'am? Please. Romita ma'am, I never fascinated towards books. I have really big problem. घर में अगर देखो कोई ऐसा नहीं है जो books ना पढ़े. We have a big, very big library. Can't tell you. If I talk about my father-in-law, mother-in-law, my husband, my son even, everyone reads a lot of books. But in my case, I don't know. मुझे किताबें नहीं अच्छी लगती हैं. क्यों ऐसा क्यों है मेरे साथ? Though if you will give me something to read on internet, I think सब कुछ पढ़ डालूंगी, but not the books. I don't know.
God has made you to tell stories, not read stories.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Romita ji.
We will talk about that.
Yeah. Separate session on that. Yeah.
Chalu, tell me, how will Romita know why you don't like books? She will tell you why she likes books.
No. This is not the question I'm asking how come like you are loving that much. I never. That's the only thing.
So that's different.
Okay.
Sir, I agree with Shalu ma'am that I know why people don't love books, and I know how to get people to love books. So maybe my next session I've got it. Okay, next session is about.
This is your topic for the next session. Yes. Okay. Now I'll request.
So
thank you, ma'am.
Very nice.
Now I'll request Anil sir, who has been waiting for quite some time, to share his views, because he is the first one to in our TTOT group early in the morning sharing his nature, his walks and everything. So now I request Anil sir to share his views on this topic. Has he undergone these kinds of feeling ever? If yes, then how did you overcome? Where your bike?
Thank you very much, Aditya ji. This pandemic, I had no issue, no problem. So I want to share, when I was around 29-year-old, touching 30, during 1980, I was posted in Nigeria. So as a volunteer from UNO, so to do, for irrigation jobs, for agriculture job. I am irrigation engineer. I joined my services as sub-division officer and retired as chief engineer. So when I joined there, so it was an absolutely small village where they posted me, and I realized the power of visualization and power of second hand, because I told my ma'am that I am going alone. If I like the place, only then I'll call you. So I was married at that time with 1-year-old daughter at that time, and I went alone, and I was really stunned when I saw it, in North Nigeria. It was a small town, Azare. There was nobody to talk to me. There was no Indian there. There was no food. I was there for 3 months. So alone, they provided me a small house there, of course, adjoining to a hotel. So I never took the food in a hotel because I was totally vegetarian at that time. And out of fear of non-veg and other, items, I was not going there. And I was taking only groundnuts and a small cup of tea, during day, and I passed 3 months there. So that was the time. It was so terrible for me, and I found the importance of social media was not at all there. So what I was doing to find the solution, I used to go to, there was a small post office with a telephone call. I'll go in the morning on every third, fourth day, and I will stand there and my turn will come. I got the connection. Maybe after 6 hours, 7 hours, I was sitting outside the post office and waiting. That was the loneliness. And I was writing the letters, 20-page letter to my wife. So, and I was trying to find out somebody who was going to Delhi. My wife was there in Delhi. She was the daughter of a senior joint secretary in Government of India. So very affluent family where I got married, So that was a real terrible time, and my wife was alone there also. And how we communicated, and 99% telephone call, I was not connected. I was just going there, waiting there outside the post office, just and giving him some tip also to the postman, that fellow. But that time after when I see that time, and now after that this pandemic and other thing, I am simply enjoying, So, and there I used to request my team there, because one communicator I got it to go to survey, and I was a project officer. There was nobody senior to me. There was nobody junior to me. All illiterate team. So I used to work myself, survey, construction, design, everything myself.
Thank you, sir.
During the job. So I used to tell them and force them, let us go to the site just to pass the time. And that was the time during 1980 to 85. I stayed there, but first 3 months they were terrible. When my wife joined me, I felt so joyed, and I felt the importance of the family at that time. What is the family importance of second half and power of the Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. So now we'll have a person with us who's joining us from Baramulla, Rahul Patki. He's left his family in Pune. He's gone on an important project and working there in the valley, and he may be able to give you his present.
Aditya,
sir,
can I share a screen just for 5 seconds?
Yes, sir.
So can you see photograph?
Yeah.
So this is we were for 1 week away on some celebrations. Can you see the photographs? No.
No, sir.
Sharing. I have shared the photograph.
So maybe I think I'll request if you can share in the group, because here we are not able to see your thing.
Sharing. You can give me sharing.
So can I request Rahul to? Sir.
Thank you.
Because we are running out of time. So Rahul will give us the current perspective, how a youngster who's is feeling, and how he is overcoming his feeling of isolation, loneliness. Yes, Rahul.
Okay, so yes, there are a lot of common threads here with many people. So one of them is with I think Jitendra. So at one point, while having some drinks with my manager, I told him, maybe there was 2 pegs down. So I told him that, sir, अगर इंटरनेट हो तो आप चाहे मुझे सीरिया भी भेज दो, I can survive there. सिर्फ इंटरनेट चाहिए मुझे, बाकी कुछ कोई जरूरत नहीं किसी चीज की. So, okay, Anil sir sharing something.
Yeah, okay, you can continue. You can continue. Yeah.
Okay. So, वो शायद उन्होंने ज़्यादा seriously लिया, and they sent me to the Baramulla. More scarier than I think Syria, because Syria that time it was very famous, very much in news, but nowadays it's not in much news. So yes, that's about so while working with Tata, please make sure what you talk with your manager. That's my tip for today. Okay. And apart from that, since around 2014, I'm staying away from my family for different assignment. Initially, it was England. After that, for some months, it was Mumbai, and now here in Baramulla. So all the time, again, I'm not very much a book reader. I read books. I like to read books, but that's like once in a quarter or once in a 6 months, like that. But I have a very good friend. I introduced that to Miss, like in last one of session also with Halima ma'am, is like YouTube. I use YouTube for almost everything, listening, not only listening music, but for like working music. There are music available for while you work. Before sleep, you can use. Listen that music also. So YouTube is always with me. Whatever I'm doing, obviously cooking while in I'm staying alone. It gives me some things to learn from these YouTube videos. So yes, YouTube is my friend, and I introduce YouTube to my students also as a friend, and that is biggest friend for me while in isolation, and that is my way to cope up with means like isolation. Just be with friends, and I'm quite flexible. Means like I like with staying with people also, and if they are not there, I'm okay and with my own company. So
Thank you,
yeah,
Rahul.
that's
Thank you very
from my
much.
side.
And wish you all the best. And I hope you will find the natural beauty of Kashmir to, overcome this feeling of loneliness or isolation, and you'll do wonders there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with this, we come to the end of this session because the time allotted was 1 hour. We started at 8:35 and I'm finishing at 9:35. Some of you may not have got a chance to speak, but generally, to sum it up, the feeling of isolation or loneliness is more in the mind than physical thing, and especially in the present environment where we have access to internet, we have access to social media, we have access to so many other uh, mm, mediums to keep us busy. It is really not isolation. It is, I would say, rather a feeling of boredom. Ki I'm stuck up in my house. I can't go out. I cannot meet my friend. I cannot party with them. That these kind of things, or are more I would say, it is in the mind. Like General Malik and Daljit sir and Vijay sir had shared, in the armed forces, especially, isolation and loneliness is part of our life. We never felt as if we are isolated or lonely. We had various means of to keep ourselves busy, even when we were alone. For example, if you see the photograph behind me, my background, this is from the officers' mess of in Baramulla, where I was posted about in 2006 to 2008, and the tree behind me is 250 years old, and we had the river Jhelum flowing next to our officers' mess. So on Sunday afternoon, we used to sit down on the jetty and enjoy the view. And in addition, whenever you felt a little bit bored or something, you'll hear firecrackers in the background, the sounds of bullets flying around whenever there used to be any attack across somewhere by the terrorists, and so those were issues which kept you busy. And thank you very much, every one of you, for coming and making this session very useful and entertaining for all of us. As I had said, it will be an experiential learning. We'll learn from each other's experience. And I think that way I'm thankful for each one of you. and looking forward to more of these sessions in the future also. Now I'll hand over to our host Kapilji to take on the show forward. Thank you, sir.
Very much, very engaging, very learning, and I think it was a deep bonding session. So I would like to say a big clap for you.
Thank you, sir.
It was very engaging and with that, I'll hand over to Brigadier Saab and to Yogesh ji for the next part of the session.
Okay. Thank you, Aditya, for keeping people very happy, engaged, bonded. That was good. But really speaking, if you ask me, and if I was expected to say that I'm very happy about this session, I would frankly be telling a lie. Really speaking, I'm not happy about this session. I'll give you a few reasons why I'm saying this. Each one of us who plans to take on this evening, please be mindful that you have got 1 hour and there are 25 people there, so 25 man hours at question. And be mindful that are you giving them some value which is going to take us further in our career or whatever. Firstly, maybe because I stepped in 5 minutes after the program had started, I don't know, I could not make out in this 1 hour that what is the purpose of this. And I've got a few points, and I'm sorry, Aditya, if I'm being a little blunt and harsh, but I want you to learn from it, because we are here with a purpose and we are here to make sure that everyone improves. And if I keep clapping and telling everyone that you are doing a great job, and I said this many times, that we'll have to be honest about it. If something is not good, let's share it's not good, because otherwise we will carry on making the same mistake. I have for 1 year been practicing golf and got a wrong swing became my habit because I kept doing it. I never corrected my swing. If you're going to keep practicing doing something wrong, you're going to make that your habit. And then to come out of it will become difficult. Okay. So one thing that I don't know whether, and Aditya, I want you to answer this question.
Yeah.
It was a question that you asked people. Just repeat that question. When you started in the beginning and you said, and I think the first person you said was
Dr. Halima.
Halima. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is the question you asked her?
So I asked them that have you ever felt gone through a feeling of isolation in your life, and if yes, how did you overcome that feeling? Or
And
that
what was that question aimed at? What were we trying to get at?
So main thing was because in the present, especially in the present environment, everybody is talking about mental health, feeling of isolation, feeling of loneliness, because we are in spite of we having all our family members and everybody with us, still for some reason or other, especially the younger generation feels they are lonely, they are isolated, they cannot talk to each other. So my aim was to basically get out from everyone's experience that what we are going through right now because of this pandemic is nothing, actually nothing. So people have undergone, say, like very actual feeling of isolation and actual things, how they have overcome. So that was the main aim of this session of mine, sir. And share their experiences with others. Though some of them...
I must apologize. Maybe I did not understand. But, where I was probably mistaken was that when it started in the beginning, the first 5 to 7 people who spoke, I thought that the question was, have you felt isolated in COVID? And then you later on said, are you isolated in life? But
yes,
I
sir.
found that the answers went on astray in a very distracted manner. There was no focus. And you did not have any control on the time. So you could have also said, okay, everyone who's going to talk about the experience has 1 minute, 2 minutes or something. So that was one. And, the person who's conducting should always keep in control. Your questioning technique should always be that people get a surprise ki ab kisko puchega. So, it's to say, okay, first the questioning technique is don't say Dr. Halima and then you say all the question. You switched off everyone else. Ki not my turn, like, and I can go to the washroom now. It is Dr. Halima's going to answer that. So you should first say the question and then name the people.
Okay, sir.
So I would say that whenever you have a very clear aim, because just to get a feeling of isolation and not having a very clear context around it, to let people say anything for any time, and you'll see for yourself. Please listen to the recording and see where all people went.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm asking a question, what did I gain out of it? A lot of the stories had no relevance to me in my life at all. And people went on and on to such irrelevant things that, really speaking, if I was to come down to that feeling of isolation, I don't think I got it in many people's case. So therefore, I feel that firstly come, and Kapil, I would like you to do this little thing, because I feel that if we have got people here for 1.5 hours, and that is why people will not come, they should get some real value. They should go back. You have to ask a question, and please write it down if you haven't done so far. Whenever you are doing a webinar, a speech on the stage, you have to ask yourself, what do you want your audience to think, feel, and do after my talk?
You're right, sir.
It has to be a very clear thing, and your test is that after you have finished, you get a feedback and ask them, what did you get? What are you doing about it? Right? So I'm sorry if I've been a little too blunt today, but I feel that you have to be mindful, and anyone who takes the mic, just be a little mindful that you are taking people's time. And is it worth it? Is it relevant? And Anil, you said 5 seconds and then it didn't happen. And then I even said your 5 seconds are over. And then while somebody else is talking, you still came out with your sharing of that picture. I think you should be a little careful. What are you aiming at that? Are you not disturbing somebody else's? Because somebody else is talking and you come out with your picture at that time. Please be a little careful when you take other people's time. Okay, and let me just say, okay, there are a couple of more things, Aditya, but I want to take a little time with you one-to-one.
All right, sir.
You a few things, because I take the ownership of seeing that each one of you start performing better, and I would like to see that all those little flaws. You have got one thing which I must tell it, all of you must have noticed it. Too much of fillers. Your every sentence, you are not having a flow. And as a speaker, you just have to do it. And that's the first thing you'll have to do. Whether you are on a webinar, you are in a training, you are in speaking, you can't have, you're doing too much of it. Most of us do it once in a while, but you're doing too much of it. So that is your first thing, your first enemy you have to kill. You have to just kill that enemy. You have to see that in your talk now, whatever you're talking in a flow. Without any breaks, without any Okay. Then I've got about 10 things written, but I think I'll talk to you separately.
All right.
Today I really felt that I must come down on this a little heavily, that let's become a little more, it's a safe learning environment. We are not impressing each other here. We are not only here to clap. We must say what is good, but we must not wind up, because people will go back with the wrong impression and consolidate their mistakes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Incidentally, if I can take a minute, I did not get a chance to talk about my isolation. But firstly, I was never, not even for a minute, isolated. And on somewhere near 24th or 25th of March, we were just in the first lockdown. First lockdown had just started when we got a message in PSCI that there's a lady who's come out with an idea that we are going to have 21 authors write 21 stories to make a book. And they said, what can you pivot to come out of this lockdown? And that time people didn't know that after 21 days, will there be another lockdown or something? So I quickly took on that and I wrote an article on quarantined all my life. Okay. And I said, what the hell are you worried about? You got AC, you got internet, you got electricity. How many of you have ever thanked God to see running water in your tap? When I came back after 3 months in the desert where I used to get only 1 bucket of water a day, and in that bucket there used to be good layer of sand below, so you could only use half the bucket, and you have to make sure that the mug didn't go down because it will bring sand and onto your hair. And we lived in sand, we ate sand because whatever you did, the food was being cooked in a tent and the sand would come into your food in any case. So you're eating sand, you're breathing sand, okay? And for 3 months, we had not seen a running water tap. And when I came home, my wife was laughing when I was getting so excited that I can today have a bath under a shower. If we have been isolated all our life like that, and we never felt bad, and today in COVID, people are saying, "Bada bura lag raha hai." Arey, sab kuch hai, you are with your wife, like what Anil said. What better, yeah? You got, and you know, I heard Sadhguru saying, "Why have you created a home where you get bored?" That people don't want to go to office, and when people said, okay, now you can stay at home, now you don't want to stay at home, you start want to go office. Anyway, so I have written this book and somebody may like to read. It was called Shifting Gears. 21 people have wrote about how you can come out of a isolation feeling of quarantine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yogesh, add anything?
Yeah, sure. So in 2016, so I want to share a different perspective on isolation, and it is in the form of me time. All right. And in 2016, when I quit my job and I was reading a lot of books, and one of the leader and biographies which I kind of got fascinated about was about our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And he kind of coined the term in that book, the author coined the term called as me time. And I went into details and I got and fascinated about this concept. So I said, okay, every 3 to 4 months, I got to have this time and get into real brainstorming on start, stop, continue, aligning with my goals. So it's a conscious choice of every 3 to 4 months taking the break and kind of isolating myself to really give thoughts on future, on goals, on all areas of life. And maybe last 7-8 months due to COVID, I have not isolated consciously from that perspective, but I think it's a very good exercise that each of us should do with ourselves of isolating for me time. So that's my perspective on isolation. Yeah, Kapilji, over to you.
Sure, thank you so much. I think we have almost 7 more minutes. I would like to everybody to share 2 questions. One, how can we get more people in the room so they can be benefited by these sessions? 2, how you feel at this point of time in terms of the session just went by. How do you feel about that? Was it bonding or was less bonding? So just quick views what we can do to get more people in the room, and how's your overall feel at the moment? If you can put in the chat box, that would be good. Okay, interesting topic. There's some that we would like to talk more about social media. Good, thank you. So I think I respect what Brigadier's thought process were. I very much respect that. And I also looked at the contrasting thought brought by Yogesh ji about me time, which is a very powerful concept. And in my office, when I was in corporate, I used to call a white hour or in a white day. That means we used to encourage our team managers to switch off everything for a couple of hours a day so they can focus on their work and be available only to selected team members. So I very much just appreciate that concept. Overall, I would say that, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity, and thank you for the feedback. But I believe that I felt a sort of bonding between the teams. And so I felt good about it. And certainly there are opportunities that we'll work on to get better. And as we always say, this is, and as we normally say, that this is a safe zone. So let's keep experimenting and let's keep learning more, because when we go outside in the outside world, we may not be having this type of an opportunity to experiment. So with that, I will say thanks. And if anybody wants to say something.
No, just one minute.
Yeah.
Let me also clarify one thing. You remember, I'm just trying to remember the name of this girl who once said that let's have a party. Okay. So I don't mind if you come with a thing, and I know that when I come for this session, it was announced that we're going to have fun and there's no learning today. And the focus is on bonding. And then you say, okay, I've got a game or I've got something where I'm only beyond bonding. I'm perfectly fine with that. But I don't know. I didn't come. I thought I was coming for a serious session. And we are all looking at that this Tuesday session is meant to derive some value. So if, if the context of what you're doing is known to people, then it's perfectly fine.
Sure.
Say that today's session is a bonding session, going to have some fun.
Sure.
Then it's fine.
Yeah, I think that's a very good suggestion.
And then also make sure that at least in that madness also, because once who had done that, I think Halima had done it or somebody, when you had games and quiz and all that, it was structured. There has to be a method in that madness. So even in that method, in that madness, could you say that, okay, you will take only 2 minutes each so that everyone gets a chance? And things like that. Because it was left to you, and so one could carry on and on. There was no stopping. So let us, even in that bonding, even in having a party, let's also have that with some type of, because the first thing as speakers and trainers, we should look at how the event is going to be organized. What is the structure?
Sure.
Yeah. So it's perfectly fine if you came with the idea of bonding, and if that was spelled out here today's myth, and if that was announced and I was not aware of it, I'm sorry, but this is in my 1 hour I was thinking, "Main kar kya raha hu yahan? What am I getting out of it?"
Sure. So probably, I think the key message is for all of us, because whenever we go out and present in the outside world, expectation management and context setting can be more powerful. So certainly,
It was Ruchi Chauhan who kept saying, ki, okay, one session I'll take and we'll totally party. And we all said, yes, we want bonding.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we'll come prepared for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I come?
Sure. So
you see the today's subject by Aditya. So it was so, it was a sort of humorous subject and we wanted to share our experiences. It was not a serious session that, of course, the time limit should be there, that we agree.
Yeah.
But the subject was such that everybody was very free to talk his experiences and other things. It was not a structured thing. It was something very, like a thing everybody wanted to say.
from a bonding perspective, I was really inspired by some of the stories, especially when we heard about that 4 months of day and 4 months of night. That's something we have not known about each other. So I was actually feeling that maybe we'll request him to take a session only on these things. There's so much in the wide world that we have not experienced also. So means that's what I would just comment on. So a lot of gems came out. Though there's a lot of improvement can be done on the process. Thank you. So with that, I think we are just touching 10. So let's take a quick snapshot. Everybody can do that standard pom 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 pom. Thank you. So this has become our standard pom pom. Thank you. Good day. See you next week.
Louder pom 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 pom.
And
After
thank
so
you.
many days I did this.
Thank you very much.
My apologies for hurting some people. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
No. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yourself for your feedback.
Everybody loves you, sir. No, nobody is hurt here. Nobody.
Sir, we are beyond that stage of getting hurt, sir, hurt rather, because we have all in the different zone now.
Every day we cannot be serious listener. Someday we have to be humorous also.
और गुरु जब गलती बताएंगे नहीं तो कौन बताएगा शिष्य सुधरेगा.
Absolutely, ma'am. Bilkul.
Thank you everyone. Thank you Aditya ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditya.
Bye. Good night.
Everyone, good night.
Good night. Good night.
Well done.